day is starting off bright and sunny again today, and I'm heading to my last hotel. Although technically I'm only there till midnight tonight, so I'm not really going to sleep there, but at least I'll be able to pack, wash my hair, freshen up, ready for the long 4-day travels. Oh, this feels so strange. It's all coming to an end. But the weather is beautiful, as I said. However, as soon as I get to Lake Taupo and do my activities, it starts to rain. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I was originally doing Huka Falls first, but my boat trip got cancelled because it wasn't full enough. So they've moved me to the 12:30 one, which means I'll have to do Huka Falls afterwards. So although the boat trip will be beautiful and sunny, Huka Falls will not. I feel I'm just so over life right now, like I'm really pissed off. First of all, I got to my hostel. First of all, got on the bus, and it's the same bus that I'm going on tonight, but a night bus tonight. I'd upgraded and paid for gold, and apparently the bus is broken, so there's no gold seats, which means I'm on like a non-power, a non-recliner, a non-Wi-Fi bus. So how I'm gonna sleep, I have no idea. And it's like my last chance to sleep before I get back to the UK in like 3 days. So that's gonna be interesting. Then I got to the hostel. It's like the worst hacker house I've stayed in. All the others have been beautiful, so I had really high expectations, and it's absolutely awful. The showers aren't great, so I'm not looking forward to washing my hair tonight. He wouldn't let me check in early, said it was full and the rooms have been cleaned, but I've literally looked in all the rooms and half of them are empty, completely empty. And I've seen at least 3 beds that I could get in, like bottom bunks, that are already made up and ready, and all I wanted to do was drop my bags off in the room and hang my towel up so it could dry, because I've obviously used it this morning, so now it's going to be wet all day, which will be great. And he said no. Then he proceeded to charge me to store my bags, which I was shocked at. Like, storing bags before check-in is crazy to me. And then there's not really any buses to Huka Waterfalls, so Huka Falls. I keep calling it Huka Falls. So it's going to be an 1.5-hour walk up to it before I even do the walk around it, unless I want to pay an Uber, which I was considering if it was like less than 20, and it's 36, which is literally a 5-minute drive. And then to top it all off, I've just eaten some egg fried rice because I needed to eat it. So I've had it for like a late breakfast, early lunch. And I've got my off-duty released for the next month, and it's awful again. Like, both the last off-duty and this off-duty have been like all-day shifts. So I'm trying to swap them, but everyone who's offered to swap, I'm already working those shifts, because most people only do like 1 to 2 shifts a week, whereas I do like 3 to 4 shifts a week. Because I live alone and I can't afford to live with less hours than that. Ugh, I just want to be in my own bed and sleep and have a good night's sleep and not have to travel and carry a backpack around and everything else. So I'm not feeling great today. I'm feeling a bit poorly anyway. I think I'm just getting a cold, which, I mean, I've lasted 6 weeks, 5 weeks. Yeah, 5 weeks, over 5 weeks now. So I've done pretty well, but yeah. Anyway, let's try and be positive. The weather is beautiful and sunny. Though I'll take some pictures, but the view here is beautiful. I'm gonna walk down to like the waterfront and then go for a walk there before getting on my boat. A beautiful day right now. I don't know why I'm so upset and unhappy. All I can think about is a week all-inclusive somewhere with a beach and sun, and I can just sit and relax and do nothing for a whole week. I'm really tempted to like try and book something for maybe like October time with my mum. I'm just so over travelling and moving and unpacking, and yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try and make the most of this sun while it lasts. supposed to rain at 2 o'clock and then again at 4 o'clock, which will be right when I'm on the boat and then right when I'm at the waterfalls, but it's not 100%, and it's only short lasting, so hopefully I'll get a little bit of time on both, or at both, without the rain. Anyway, I'm so over wearing a backpack that I've just brought my coat with me today. So I've got my jacket and then I've got a very full pocket with my raincoat in. I've got my sunglasses on, I've got a bubble in my pocket, and I'm holding my water bottle because my shoulders are killing. So I've left both my backpacks in storage, making the most of the $4. Anyway, stop talking, I'll show you a pretty view in a second. Just to add, I've had to put my walking shoes back on. They are now dry, but literally over the last 2 days while they've been wet inside, I've got so many blisters and my feet are absolutely killing me. So I've got a blister on both little toes, one on the left on the side, and then on the right foot I've got one at the top and one at the bottom. So it's so painful when I'm walking. But I was told that I had to wear walking boots for Huka Falls because apparently it's quite a climb at one of the bits. So flip-flops were not recommended, but I think I'm gonna wear flip-flops like tomorrow, travelling and on the planes. And then in Singapore it's supposed to be 36 degrees, so I'll be definitely wearing flip-flops there. If I smile, I'll eventually feel happy, right? That's what I keep telling myself anyway. It is very pretty here. The water's super clear. Oops, I didn't realise time. I've got to get to my berth at 12 o'clock to check in. Check-in closes at 12:15, and I've been taking pictures and Google Maps says I won't get there till 12:08. So I better start walking a little bit quicker, even though my feet are in agony. The boat's only just arrived back, so I definitely didn't need to rush as much as I did. It's not the boat advertised. I've just reread the instructions and it says to bring a swim costume and a towel, which I haven't done. And it's also really hot, so I'm regretting not bringing a sun hat because I think my scalp's going to get burnt, which will be so annoying to get burnt on the last day when I haven't been burnt all this time. On my scalp. I know my shoulders have been burnt a little bit on the last boat, but it quickly rectified itself the next day. That's so annoying. I forgot my sun hat. I have put sun cream on, but yeah, not brought a sun hat. They've put the sail up. They've made it look a lot easier than the skipper and the team did the Whitsun Bays. This is the boat life I could have had on the other Whitsun Bays boats. The nice weather sadly only lasted literally 10 minutes, if that. But luckily the price in Ubers has come down, so I'm going to get an Uber up to Huka Falls. It's raining, it's supposed to rain the rest of the day. It's cloudy, I'm not sure how good it's going to be, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So it's a $20 taxi up there, so like £10. And then an hour walk around if I want to do like the main walk. Can do a bit of a longer walk if I want. And then it's an hour and a half walk back, or an Uber, depending on the price. I can't believe how nice the weather was when we left. And then for the first hour we could look back and see how nice it was. And now it's just awful. Like, it's cloudy, miserable, grey, misty. Not the nicest time to go do a hike, but you know, only day to do it, so gotta do it. I don't know who I am or what I'm doing, because what do you mean I voluntarily decided to go for at least a minimum of an hour walk in the pouring rain when I'm already freezing cold? Anyway, it's supposed to be impressive regardless of the weather, and I have to say the rapids here are crazy. They're so strong, but the water is so pure and blue. Crazy that all those rapids lead to this waterfall, and then it goes all bubbly, and then it goes completely calm, like absolutely calm. It says that there's enough water that passes down here to fill up 5 Olympic swimming pools every minute. Isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh, it started pouring down after waiting for this big Asian group. I finally got my picture. My hood was down for a few seconds, and my hair is soaked, like it's going to be dripping down my face in a second. I can feel it. Anyway, I'm going to head back, do the little walk back to the car park, and then do the walk on the other side, which is a bit longer. Croatia. The girls, I went with my friends, well, housemates at the time, Vicky and Sam, and they didn't want to do it, but I did it and I loved it. And then the other boat of mine is the boat at Niagara Falls. Like obviously Niagara Falls is a lot bigger and more spread out, and there's multiple waterfalls almost. But this, I don't know. I don't know if it's more powerful or just because it's all concentrated in one area. But yeah, they don't seem to be getting as wet. We were like covered in mist in Niagara Falls. You'll have to watch those American vlogs, because that was a good trip as well. Very similar to this trip, but yeah, that was crazy. I have made the decision to walk back just because they said it was a 15-minute hike to the Huka Falls from the car park, but it's more like a 5-minute stroll, if that. So I stayed there for about 20 minutes, but I don't particularly think a 20-minute view is worth $40 plus. So I'm going to walk back along the river, which is still really pretty even in the rain. It does look like it's getting a little bit brighter, but I don't think the sun's going to come back anytime soon. This is pretty much where the rapids seem to start. It's quite calm before, and then it gets heavier. This is an hour-and-a-half walk back to the start of Taupo village, so probably about a 2-hour walk to my hostel. But I'm going to stop for food on the way, hopefully past somewhere nice, and then head back to the hostel, have a warm shower, wash my hair, repack and get ready for my night bus. Yay. As you can tell, I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, it's supposed to be an easy walk. However, there's already a heck of a lot of puddles. It's quite muddy and slippy, so it's probably going to take me a little bit longer. A, because it usually takes me a little bit longer than the route say, but B, because I'm being cautious. I've not seen anyone else walking at all, so I think it's going to be very similar to Byron Bay Lighthouse in that I'm probably not going to see anyone else, or if so, not too many. And I would hate to have an injury like the day before I'm flying out of the country, so I'm going to take it steady and see how we get on. I have been told that there are sometimes some kiwis spotted on this track, so if I got to see some kiwis in the proper wild, that would be amazing. At the moment I can just hear weird noises that are like hissing noises, but there's no, oh that's muddy, there's no snakes or anything, so I should be okay. And there's no dingoes, so I'm fine by myself. I can't get over the weather change from this morning. This morning was like 19 degrees, beautiful and sunny. I was walking around in like a little cami. Gorgeous. Now it's 11 degrees. I'm actually quite chilly. I'm soaking wet, and the sky is covered in cloud. If I was in England, I'd be wearing wellies and my thick coat and probably gloves. My hands are freezing, mainly from the wet, I think, but yeah, not the funnest walk. To be about 2/3 of the way back. I've been walking for just over an hour, and when I've looked on the map, that's where I am. But then the path disappears on the map, which is great, even though it's an advertised route. Anyway, I saw my first 2 people, and I asked them which way back to town, and they said I don't know, but we parked at the car park and it's down this road. So the car park is where my first stop is. So supposedly this is the route to the car park that they took, but this route is so overgrown. I've tripped multiple times. It doesn't seem to be a path, but this is the route they said they came down, and now I'm really worried I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I'm getting really worried now. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. There's no people at all. There's so many different paths. And I should have already been back. Like, I know I'm a bit slower, so probably not, but like the time is now. And I'm still ages away from the route that it's supposed to be like connecting to. I don't know where to go. And I really don't want to go like all the way up somewhere and then have to turn around because I'm already knackered. She told me she came this way to the car park, but there's no car park. And there's so many routes. I just fucking realised I left my water bottle. My purple water bottle. I left it at the toilet where this girl told me to come out here. God's sake. I don't think I can go back that way because I've had to climb over like fallen trees and I've slipped twice and I've really hurt my ankle. I've gone like 15 minutes down this path to get back to the river, but I can't get any further because it's too steep. I hate travelling alone. Why am I doing this? I found a path and it looked like a proper path, but it's led me like further and further into the woods, and then it's just disappeared again. I genuinely don't know where I am. On Google Maps, I've got no internet. I made it. Well, no, I made it to the car park, so at least I can get a car here. That was the worst experience. I'm in like the geothermal spa car park, so you can go to the spa and the geothermal baths like for free, which is nice, but yeah, not going to do that. Can't believe I left my water bottle. So annoying. I can't believe this, now that I'm on a proper path, whatever the word is. It is starting to have no rain and the sun's come out, and I ended up feeling like really dizzy because, well, it was a long walk and I still had ages to go, and all I've eaten today is half a slice of bread that I took from the buffet yesterday and a packet of microwavable egg fried rice at like 10:30 this morning, and since then I've only had a few sips of water, and I hadn't drunk for the last hour because I obviously left my water bottle. Anyway, about halfway between the park and the hostel there's a fish and chip shop, so I stopped there. They also had it quite reasonably priced, so I got a massive fish and chips for $11, which is a good price. I was going to go for the kids option, but the kids version was $13 and all it got extra was a fruit shoe. So I decided to go for the adult portion, which I've eaten about half. I've still got another half to go and I'm full, but at least now I've got a bit more energy, so I feel like I can keep walking, although my feet are now killing because obviously I stopped, which is never a good idea. But anywho, I then nipped to the shops next door and got some snacks for tonight's night bus. So I got some crisps and some chocolate biscuits. And so now I have exactly $6.30 to my name, which I'm hoping will maybe be enough for breakfast in the morning. But we'll see. If not, I have got the crisps and biscuits because I won't eat them all tonight. So I can eat the rest of them for like breakfast, and then I've got lunch included on the trip, which hopefully I'll like, and then in the evening when I get to the airport I'm going to check in as early as I can, hopefully, and then go to the Premier Lounge and have the buffet food so I can stuff my face and fill up with food there. Because I've got my lunchboxes with me, so that's the plan. Right. I'm now 10 minutes away from the hostel. Like I said, it stopped raining, which is a good thing because the fish and chip shop only gave me a paper bag, and the supermarket was only going to give me a paper bag and charge me 50 cents. So I just popped my crisps and cookies inside the fish and chip shop bag. Where do I even go? I'm going to finish eating my fish and chips. I'm going to wash my hair, shower, pack kind of in a way where I need to like have the stuff that I'm going to wear for tomorrow, have the stuff I'm going to wear for tonight, have the stuff I'm going to wear for Singapore, and have the stuff I'm going to wear for the last plane back to the UK. So I need to sort of organise it. I don't think it's all going to fit in my backpack, so I may need to take my beach bag, open it up, put the clothes in there, and then pop it into my luggage when I get to the airport tomorrow. That might be what I end up having to do. Despite everything, I have really enjoyed today. Well, I've enjoyed about half of today. Let's put it that way. The walk down to the boat was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. The cave paintings were really nice, and to learn the story behind them. And seeing Huka Falls was like mind-blowing, like it was stunning. But yeah, would not recommend that walk back. Unless you have like a big group and you all know where you're going. Would not recommend doing it in the rain. And would recommend warmer clothes because I'm actually cold. I can't believe the nicest part of the day was when I arrived and as the sun's gone. How annoying. My shoelace has officially come undone. I have never known a shoelace of mine come undone because I always double knot it. So that's how you know I've had a rough day. So I'm going to end the vlog here because I don't know what awaits me at the hostel, but it's only about 5 minutes away. So thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.